Hello everyone, welcome you all in today's session. We are going to learn about the concept which is called as beta blockers. So what are beta blockers? Beta blockers are a class of medicines commonly used to treat a wide range of problems involving your heart and especially the circulatory system. They also are sometimes used to treat conditions related to your brain and to the nervous system. So, how do they work? Your body uses a chemical signaling system to control certain processes and functions. This uses specific sites on the surface of your cells called receptors, where certain chemicals called neurotransmitters can latch on. Receptors work similarly to locks. If a chemical with the right structure latches onto a receptor, it works like a key and activates the cell to respond in a certain way. So how the cell responds depends on where it is and what it does. So if your body needs certain cells to act, it can produce more of chemical, can activate the cell's receptors. So there are many medications work by artificially affecting the chemical signaling process as well. Medications that work like this fall into two categories. So these medications attach to active receptor sites. In effect, they pretend to be the right kind of chemical compound and the cell falls for the deception. This can stimulate the cells that would not be active otherwise. So these medications attach to the receptor sites but don't do anything else. The effect is similar to breaking a key factor inserting into a lock. The broken part of the key stays in the place and blocks the another key from entering. So antagonists reduce the number of receptors that are available of activation, which actually slows down the cell activity. So it is called as the beta receptors. The first is the adrenergic receptors, sometimes called the adrenoreceptors, are a key type of receptor found throughout your body. They can get their name from adrenaline and also called the epinephrine, a neurotransmitter that your body produces naturally. Sometimes we call it as the adrenaline rush, it is there. So adrenaline can activate all the adrenergic receptors much like a building master and also open to every lock inside that structure. So beta blockers are beta receptors antagonist, meaning they block beta adrenergic receptors and slows down the certain type of cell activity. What do beta receptors control? So beta receptors come in three different subtypes and have the different functions depending on the location. The first one, it is called as beta 1, which is B1. Beta 1 receptors are found mainly in the heart and the kidneys. When activated, they do not follow it. Increase your heart rate, increase the heart pumping force, activate the release of renin, an enzyme found in your kidneys. Second, beta 2. The beta 2 receptors are found mainly in smooth muscle tissue. That tissue is in your respiratory system, especially your trachea, your bronchial tubes, blood vessels, and your nervous system. When activated, these receptors affect various body systems in the following ways. Another is the respiratory, cause smooth muscle to relax so people can breathe more easily. Blood vessels cause smooth muscle to relax and lowers the blood pressure as well. Liver activates the liver's conversion of glycogen into the glucose, which your body uses for energy. Heart, increasing the pumping force and the heart rate. Nervous system, cause the muscle tremors. Another is the beta 3, which is called as the B3 receptors, are mainly found in the fat cells in your and in your bladder as well. And when activated, they do the following. The first one, what they do, cause fat cells to break down, cause relaxation and increase in bladder capacity, causes tremors, which limits the potential medical application as well. For B3 receptor targeted the medications as well. There are a lot of risk and benefits of it. So what are the advantages of beta blockers? There are the beta blockers commonly used for several reasons. Range of medical problems, because so many heart and circulatory problems are connected. So using a beta blocker to treat the problem can also often benefit and multiply the related problems. So they have been studied extensively. Beta blockers have been used in for decades. So first clinical trial for taking place in 1960s. Because of that, their effects are better understood and it's easier to use them safely and avoiding the negative effects. More especially in the generics are inexpensive. Beta blockers are typically very affordable, making it easier to ensure that patients are not going without medication because they cannot afford the cost, obviously. So, what are the possible side effects of these medications? Because beta blockers affect your heart and your circulatory system, especially. So they can have a wide range of side effects. So as a result, healthcare providers, your doctors often prescribe specific beta blockers to limit or avoid the side effects they are giving. But along with that, they are taking care of the side effects as well. So common side effects of all beta blockers include the slow heart rate, which is called as bradycardia, low blood pressure, which is called as the hypotension, irregular heart rhythms, arrhythmia, fatigue, dizziness, along with that nausea, and also there are the insomnia, sleep changes, and the nightmares as well. Along with that, the person may find out the dry mouth and in the dryness in the eyes as well. So rare side effects which includes the sexual and the erectile dysfunction as well. So what are the reasons, that you should not take these medications? Beta blockers can negatively impact the several disease conditions as well. So there are known as the contraindications, which includes to mild to severe asthma. Non-selective beta blockers can aggravate and cause the asthma attack and trouble breathing as well. Okay, so healthcare providers will often prescribe B1 selective beta blockers to minimize this for people with the milder cases of respiratory problems, but will avoid using beta blockers entirely in people with moderate to the severe cases. So certain types of arrhythmias, beta blockers can aggravate some arrhythmias as well. Slow heart rates or the low blood pressure. Most of the beta blockers will aggravate either of these conditions by further lowering the heart rate and the blood pressure. Then the Raynaud's phenomena. This condition causes decreased circulation in your hands and feet, especially in the fingers and the toes. So sometimes in parts of your face, beta blockers may aggravate the condition in the Raynaud's and can happen on its own. Okay, and also called as the Raynaud's syndrome or the Raynaud's disease, or occur because of another disease. Another, it is the hypoglycemia, which means the low blood sugar. Beta blockers can delay the feeling most of the effects of low blood sugar. For people with conditions that cause low blood sugar like diabetes, especially type 1, this can delay the taking action to stabilize the blood sugar levels. If the level stops or the too low, you may become confused or pass out or having the seizures as well. So a symptom to low blood sugar and the beta blockers don't mask is sweating. Recognize sudden sweating as an important warning sign for the individuals, those who are taking the beta blockers. Sweating is one of the signs in that. Risk of having low blood sugar is also. So do the beta blockers interact with any other medications? So beta blockers can interact with wide range of medications, especially those who related with the side effects or contraindications above. Along with that, your provider can best to inform you all of these side effects. So when you should see your healthcare provider? Healthcare provider can advise you on when you should call or schedule an appointment related to the beta blockers. Along with that, if you have sudden change in symptoms, especially ones related to your heart and circulatory systems, this can include the shortness of breath, chest pain, along with that heart palpitations, sweating you will find out, and in the heart palpitations where you feel your heartbeat racing and pounding and skipping beats. Then fainting unexpectedly or having the multiple episodes to feel dizzy or too lightheaded as well. So other symptoms to watch and to ask your doctor about this, which includes the slow heart rate, low blood pressure as well, lot of confusion in that. There are a lot of behavioral changes, agitation, especially when they happen in the same time. So this combination of symptoms can indicate that you are taking the beta blocker overdose. So reoccurring, definitely this can be helpful, the beta blockers. But why, when you should go when you are taking the overdose? So reoccurring the episodes of low blood sugar, when not treated, the long-term low blood sugar can cause even the brain damages. So you should take care while taking all of these drugs, medications called as the beta blockers, which can be helpful, and under the guidance of your doctor, you should prescribe and take it. Thank you so much for joining this session.